heard Chris Benoit talk about his 16 years in this business. How he has sacrificed everything. He sacrificed his family. He sacrificed his own life.
These wrestling moments did not age well. For instance, while doing commentary in AEW, CM Punk said this.
Now, let's be honest, Jungle Boy doesn't rub anybody the wrong way. If you got a problem with Jungle Boy, chances are you're the problem.
Almost exactly 2 years later, CM Punk got upset with Jungle Boy and the two got into a real fight backstage. This is actually one of the better aged CM Punk quotes compared to what you'll hear later in this video. Before that though, Hulk Hogan had hot takes, but this was one of the hottest.
So the wrestling fans are very forgiving, you know? If Chris Benoit can do the crap he did and the fans still love him, you know, they're very forgiving. You know, I've made some major mistakes in my personal life and they're very, very forgiving, but they forgive you.
About 4 months after saying this, Hulk Hogan would return to WWE and got booed out of the building.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
As respected as he is, not all of The Undertaker's takes have aged well. In 2002, the Dead Man was giving an interview and said this.
The one thing that I don't want to be is past my prime. I don't want to be out there in the ring with people saying, you know, you should have seen him here. You know, I don't want people out there feeling sorry for me.
During the final years of The Undertaker's career, many fans felt that the Dead Man was past his prime. The best example of this was the awful match Undertaker had against Goldberg in 2019.
No way Goldberg's gonna be able to do this to the Undertaker!
No way!
Oh my God!
Now, this quote is just sad. In 2003, at 49 years old, Roddy Piper said this.
What would you have me do at 49? When my pension plan I can't take out till I'm 65. I'm not gonna make 65.
Sadly, Piper died in July 2015 at the age of 61. In 2007, Chris Benoit killed his wife and son before taking his own life. As you can imagine, there are a number of moments that feel downright disturbing today.
Monday night, my wife and my children will not be watching Raw because I am gonna do something that is unthinkable. I'm gonna leave you with my anger. Sleep well.
However, this moment is most chilling to listen to.
And I look at you, Benoit, as I stand here face to face, and you know what I see? I see one of the damn best wrestlers I've ever seen in my entire life. But there are certain things, Chris Benoit, that I do not see when I look at those dead eyes. I do not see an ounce of remorse. I do not see compassion, and I sure as hell don't see a sense of humor. So Chris Benoit, I think I speak for everybody when I ask this one simple question. Why? Why, Chris, why?
You don't see any remorse, because I don't have any.
In the late 80s, Akeem and the Big Boss Man formed a tag team called the Twin Towers. Not surprisingly, that name didn't age very well.
It's the love, man, that's gonna supercharge the mega powers and tear down the Twin Towers.
Gentlemen, is this the match you wanted all along, or are you gonna continue your terrorist attacks?
Now, this one either aged like milk or wine, depending on your point of view. When the opportunity presents itself, WWE likes to use real-life issues in their storylines. Jeff Hardy had a history of suspensions and even arrests involving drug use. In 2018, Hardy was feuding with Samoa Joe, and WWE incorporated it into the rivalry.
And the next time you feel powerless, Jeff, and we both know there will be a next time.
Less than a year later, Jeff Hardy would be arrested twice, once for public intoxication and once for driving while impaired. Speaking of arrest,
I am Tammy Lynn. With a body like this, I am guilty as charged.
In August 2023, Sunny, aka Tammy Cinch, would be sentenced to 17 and a half years for manslaughter. The WWE video games have had some poorly aged moments too. For instance, in SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, there's a cutscene where The Undertaker chokeslams Eddie Guerrero in a casket, and Taz says this.
Looks like it's ashes to ashes for Latino Heat.
Just 2 days after the game was released, Eddie Guerrero suddenly passed away due to heart failure. Even crazier is what happened in the following year's WWE video game, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. During the season mode, The Undertaker's in the ring with Chris Benoit, and the Phenom says this.
If you insist on making this mistake, then your grieving family will have no one to blame but you when the inevitable occurs.
Okay, let's get something a bit more lighthearted.
And I don't know, guys, and I've been very vocal about this in the past number of weeks. I don't know if Kofi Kingston can get to that point in his career. I really don't know if Kofi's got it in him to get to the level of world champion.
Well, Kofi Kingston's WWE Championship victory at WrestleMania 35 proved that one wrong. Now, so far, all those quotes needed months or even years to age. This next one, it went bad instantly. On January 4th, 1999, both WWE's Monday Night Raw and WCW's Monday Night Nitro were going head-to-head. While Nitro was broadcasting live, Raw was not, as the show had been filmed almost a week earlier. This gave Nitro the advantage, and yet, somehow, they managed to shoot themselves in the foot. Since Raw had technically already happened, WCW knew the results and spoiled them live on air.
If you're even thinking about changing the channel to our competition, fans, do not. Because we understand that Mick Foley, who wrestled here one time as Cactus Jack, is going to win their world title. Ugh, gonna put some butts in the seat.
That last sentence turned out to be true, as 600,000 viewers changed the channel from Nitro to Raw to see Mick Foley win the WWE Championship. Not only that, but WWE fans even started mocking WCW for making this comment. However, WWE made a similar mistake 15 years later. In 2014 on Raw, Triple H was mocking the fans for not enjoying the show, which caused him to say this.
I am very mad today. I am madder than I have ever been in a long time, but I have options on how I handle this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tweet my displeasure. And if that doesn't work, then by God, me and my friend Mark, we're gonna stop watching.
Well, Mark actually did, as the next week, Monday Night Raw's viewership dropped 3%, and the week after that, it dropped an additional 7%. Now, like I alluded to earlier, CM Punk has had a number of quotes that have aged incredibly poorly.
If you think the grass is so green around the other side, be my guest. Go ahead, leave. Main event night 4 of a buy one, get one free extravaganza.
CM Punk didn't take his own advice, as he left AEW in 2023, returned to WWE, and main evented night 1 of WrestleMania 41. However, what CM Punk and his best buddy Colt Cabana said in this interview is downright disgusting.
The other unofficial member of the Gold Bomb Mafia, of course, if you asked any of us, she was not a member, but to her, this is her world. I couldn't even tell you her real fucking name. She is the Bikini Girl. Bikini Girl. That is strictly what we called her. The point is, and you know, this is gonna sound real degrading, but like most women in the business are rats. You know, I mean, and that's a hard fact of life that you will eventually realize. You know,
we
sunglasses.
made sure that there was a spot for her, or
Yeah.
not a spot, but just whatever, so she could drive us, and no one would be putting miles on our cars.
No miles on our cars, no gas out of our pocket. You know what I'm saying? We tried to get blood from that stone, and we squeezed her for like everything she was worth.
Wow. However, that's not the only poorly aged comment in this interview. Here's how it ended.
We watched Danny and Ace kind of like drift apart, and I just don't ever see that happening with me and you, like, you know.
Almost 15 years later, CM Punk and Colt Cabana would end their friendship and actually sue each other. But that's not the only embarrassing thing that's happened to Punk. To see him have a messy accident in the ring, watch the video on screen.